Hey, you made it. Episode 2 of Etherfields. I always want to call it Etherfields for some reason. I don't know if that's from a Shut Up and Sit Down review of it or something like that, but I always want to call it Etherfields rather than Etherfields, so I'll probably switch it up in between. But Episode 2, we've made it to the dream world landscape, and we've got a couple dreams open to us. Not Alone in the Dark, and I'll never forget those sunshine days. So I think we're going to go for Not Alone in the Dark first, just because it's in suburbia. We can kind of include it as part of our loop. One thing I did notice while I was editing that it's not going to work very well with trying to cram both of these game boards in the same picture. So I think what I'm going to do is I press ganged my personal cell phone into service, so it's going to be viewing the dream world landscape, and then I'll have the overhead camera doing the rest. So we'll see how it works. I might actually use my personal camera to get like close-ups of the other parts too. So we'll see how it works. I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to make it most enjoyable for you guys. So the first episode hasn't come out yet, so I haven't gotten any feedback yet. But feel free to let me know if there's anything that would help the viewing experience. But with that, I think we just finished Awakening. And we're on the dreamscape, and I think we can make the first move on the dreamscape. So the plan is to go make our way around, and we're going to do 2 loops here so we can get 2 keys. So I think to start out, we're going to move here, and then we draw from the fate deck. And I'm going to put it on the middle here because it's going to be off camera. So I'll shuffle it up, and I'll draw from the fate deck. Little shop on the corner. Each dreamer may return one of their chosen influence cards from hand or discard to the influence market to gain a number of ether equal to its cost. If any dreamer does this, remove this card from the game. Okay, so I think that's what it means is I can, like if I bought influence cards, I can return them and pay the cost of the card. But we haven't done that yet, so I think that's all we have to do. So the fate card is resolved. Well, that's easy. Hopefully it'll be like that. Okay, so now we're going to move, I believe we move here now. And the exclamation mark, I think, means that we resolve a slumber card. So we flip this over. What's so creaky? Something disturbing is coming. If any dreamer has 3 placed progress cards or more, remove this slumber tile from the game and add secret 2380 at the bottom of the slumber deck. Otherwise, this slumber ends. So we don't have any placed cards because we just did Awakening, and so we have nothing. So I think this goes on the bottom. I'm curious to see what this green one is because it's always a special one and it goes on the bottom of the deck. So it'll be interesting. Okay, the next one, we're going to move here. So we got another fate card. Draw and place 1 Dreamscape Slumber tile. If there's a free quirk slot in the Dreamscape, place this card there. Reshuffle the fate deck. This is Caution Repairs. All stairs and something else. Train maybe? And then something else is inactive. So I've heard from the Let's Play, so I believe we draw from this. Okay, this goes in C4. Oh, but it's half on C4. Okay, so it goes like that. And then the quirk slot goes here. Okay. So this map looks like it expands as time goes on, maybe. There's only one more card. Interesting. I wonder if we get more as time goes on and this little map gets bigger. I don't know. Cool. Okay, so that gets put in place. All right, so that's that one. So now we move here, and we get a key. All right, so we get 1 key, like it's added to our inventory, I guess. Oh, and by the way, I found this on Board Game Geek, and I 3D printed them. They're really, really awesome. I'm only halfway done, but they're really nice. And there's a lid, and I've got to do some sanding, but these all kind of stack together, and then they go in the slot perfectly in the box. So it's amazing. Having a 3D printer is handy at times. Okay. All right, so we got a key. Now we resolve the fate deck. Draw and place one Dreamscape Slumber tile. If there's a free quirk slot in the Dreamscape, place this card there. The cubby hole is in the indicated quirk space, the dark cubby hole. Looks like one green intent. You can search this place. Okay, if we get an X or a dash, we suffer one harm or whatever it is. And if we get a 2 or a 3, we restore one item. So if we get a 1, it's nothing. So I guess we draw this last one. Okay, so this one goes A2. All right, we're spread out already. Cool. And then this goes in this quirk slot. Okay, so there's that thing. If the current turn suit is the heart, ignore harm. I can't remember what the name of that is. Ignore distress. Ignore distress during the Dreamscape phase. So I think if we place, like if we had a blue gem, we'd place it there, and then it's activated, and then if the current turn suit is red, or is the red heart, so I think that there's like there's a red heart, then we would ignore any what did I just call it? The terms in this distress. The terms in this are throwing me off. I gotta tell you, like there's a lot of verbiage that is just different, and I haven't quite put it into long-term memory yet, so I keep forgetting it. I'll get there. Okay. All right. So with that, so now we pull another slumber card. You can hear crying. You can hear it closer and closer. If any dreamer has 4 place progress cards or more, remove this slumber tile from the game and add secret 238p at the bottom of the slumber deck. Otherwise, the slumber ends. Okay, so maybe these aren't going to do much right off the bat, and maybe they progress as we level up. Not sure. Okay, so there we go. So we have one key. So now we're going to move on to this space. Looks like a train station. What does the train station do? Train station, no effect until you find the railway wisdom card. Okay, so it's kind of a free space. All right, now we move here, and we do another slumber. Wraith, behind my back. 4 turns, spawn wraith. Okay, so I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, so 4 turns. So I think this happens here. So let's shuffle the turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. They go on top here. Okay, and then these go in the discard pile here. Okay, so we use a spawn wraith. I think wraith is one of these tokens. No, not those tokens. These tokens over here. I think I saw it. Yeah, here we go. So we spawn a wraith, and it goes. Okay, so there's a bunch of spawn locations, and I think you spawn at whatever suit it is if there's a choice. So it would spawn here. Okay, so let's read the directions. For 7 green intent, we place 1. I think that's a light token on your tile. So only when the wraith is not in a dark space, we can assault 6, or it's a red intent, 6 red intent or 6 yellow intent in range 1. We chase it out and we gain loot. So I believe what happens if we kill it or chase it away, we gain whatever loot is on the current turn step. Okay. So let's see. This is darkness, this is darkness, this is darkness, and this is darkness. These are the only light spaces. So I guess now it begins, right? So we're facing off against this wraith. So we would start, so let's shuffle up my free spirit cards, and then we would draw 4, because it's kind of like the beginning of a turn. If we had anything in our hand, it would still be there. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we have Effort, Hurry Hurry, World Shaper, and One with Shadows. So we have enough. Oh no, we have 5 yellow. So I think what we should do, so what's the Wraith going to do? So it's going to morphing. So I think add 1 morphing and discard all sun tokens. So I think the morphing tokens are over here. They're in these things here. And I think they modify what the Wraith does. Then it's going to move, and then it's going to attack. So I think what we want to do, its movement is 4. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so I think what we want to do is we want to move 1. So we're going to discard Effort. And we're going to move here. So then when it comes, 1, 2, 3, it'll move here. It'll be in the sunlight, and we can attack it, hopefully. Okay, so I think we're going to stop our turn. Because I guess we could move further. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'd have to move here to get it out of range. But I mean, we're using 2 yellow that we need to attack him, and we're at 4 right now, so we're close. So let's just wait. Let's just maybe take the distress. But so morphing effect. So we're just going to grab a random morphing tile, and that's this. It's a no progress, so I believe that means that we can't like any progress cards we have placed, we can't use. So that's not bad because we don't have any progress. And then it moves. It's going to move its full 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it comes into our space, which is still sun, which is good. Okay, then it does basic effect. Each dreamer at range 0 or in the dark space suffers 1 distress. So 1 distress. We still have our 3 ether from last time. Because I haven't packed it up. I know there's some rules about when you pack up the game, you discard all your ether and you can buy influence cards or something like that. But since I have it laid out and I haven't packed it away, I'm considering this the same play session. So even though it's a different day, it's nice having a dedicated gaming room that I can just leave this set up. But okay, into the round, into the turn. So we discard this. We're going to move and then do 2 basic effects. So, yikes. So we're going to draw 4 cards. We can only draw 3 because we have 3 in our hand. 1, 2, 3. So we got Hesitation, Slap, and Spirit. All right, so we have plenty. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to discard Hurry Hurry, One with Shadows, and Spirit. That gives us 6 yellow. We chase it out. We gain, so it goes away now. We gain loot. Each dreamer may unseal 1 chosen card or reshuffle the deck without penalties. Yeah, so I think we're going to reshuffle our deck. So we have 4 cards in our discard deck. So we're going to put it back in here, and we're going to shuffle. And we still keep our active cards in play, I believe. So, perfect. All right. All right, so that's the end. So I believe again, so this goes away. This goes back in the slumber deck on the bottom. So the green one's the next one. I think that ends the slumber. So this is not a complete dream, it's just a slumber, which is different than a dream, which I don't understand how, but it's different for some reason. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now we're back on the dream world. We've resolved this. So now we're going to move here and we can do shopping. So let's do shopping. How does shopping work? So we may use one of these cards. Each dreamer may buy influence cards. If you choose this, but you decide not to buy any cards, gain 1 blue gem, or we can draw a random item. Our items I put off to the side. Let's move those over so they're in camera. So we have spring perfumes, little helpers, and journal. I kind of like those, so I don't think we need to. So, so we're gonna purchase from the influence deck, maybe. So we draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3 from the influence deck, and we look at them and we decide if we want to purchase them. So we got Smarty, Help, and Rapid Progression. So rapid progression. When you buy cards, you may draw 5 cards from the influence market instead of 3. That would be nice, but that's a place card. Okay, help. One dreamer may use one of your active progress cards during their current action. That's 2 green, and then Smarty. I would do it better. Roll the luck die. So we can either add or discard a morphing, discard all morphings, or return this card to the influence market to discard all morphings. Okay. So we only have 3 ethers. We can buy this only, or both of these, and have 1 ether left. So I'm a little confused as far as I don't know how it works. Anyways, balance wise, they say that the more cards you have in your deck, the more likely you are to not pull the cards that you really need. But I think there's a balance, so I think we want to get more than 22. I think 2 yellow intent and 2 green intent would be pretty. 2 green intent and 2 yellow intent would be good. So let's do that. So this one gets replaced back, put on the bottom of the influence deck, and then we're going to purchase Smarty and Help. So that goes here. We're going to spend 2 of our ether to do that. And then shopping has completed. So this goes in the bottom. Okay, and I've never read Ordinary Days. The Ordinary Days. Dream world exists and you can't deny it. It rules may be strange, but at least they are consistent in their volatility. The season does not alter any game rules. This card is active until you activate another season card. So evidently these season cards do different things depending on which one's active. So that'll be an interesting mechanic. Okay. So I guess that's it. So we've done our shopping. So now we go here. We could activate the dreamscape if we wanted to, but we only have 1 key and we need 2. So we're going to go here next. So we do another fate card. Need a lift. Place this card on the side of the dream world map. You may discard it to use a shortcut without suffering its cost. Okay. Is there any shortcuts that would help us? So there's a shortcut here that goes there, but we want to get this key. Okay. What's this? It's like a little... Let's look at this. It is a sanctuary. Each dreamer chooses one. Reshuffle the influence deck, unflip 1 progress card, unseal 1 chosen card, or restore 1 item. We don't really need to do any of those things. So, okay. Well, for that, so that's kind of worthless for us now, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to move. So now we can move here. We now flip over this slumber card, the green one. So this is the exciting one. Delta phase. Okay, I've heard of the delta phase. There's a progress card that there's a delta phase. The current dream cycle ends and a new one begins. Now, resolve the delta phase instead of a slumber. Each dreamer may choose one option. Cure all of their distress, unseal all their cards, unflip all their progress cards, reshuffle their influence decks, or restore their mass. So there's only one that really needs to be done. We're gonna get rid of our distress. Okay, 2. Reset hours to your limit depending on the number of players. 1 player, 5 hours. Okay, so we haven't run into the clock before, so I'm going to set the hours to 5, even though it's way off camera. And then I think I'll have to look up the rules again because I can't remember what the clock does. I think it gives us extra something, like extra movement maybe, and maybe extra turns. Can't remember. Okay, then 3. Shuffle the slumber deck and place a delta phase tile at the bottom. Keep on moving down this endless road, but take a detour sometimes to visit dreams, shrouded in mists of your desires and memories. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's kind of like a little rest thing. So So all these others are bad technically, I guess, and then this one's a good one. So, okay. I guess if you wanted to, you could memorize which one of these are and you'd know what's next. So that might be a strategy. Okay. Okay, so now we move on to the next one. We reveal another fate card. Draw and place one Dreamscape Slumber tile. If there's a free quirk slot in the Dreamscape, place this card. Omnipresent Mist. The mist devours everything, as if the world faded to oblivion. The maximum range of assault actions is 1 and cannot be increased in any way. Okay, so evidently there's cards that would increase our range, our assault range. That's kind of cool. So we don't have any more Dreamscape tiles. So we don't have any open quirk slots. So I guess this just gets discarded back to the Fate deck. Okay. All right, next we go here. We get another key. And these do not come out very easily. Okay, so now we have 2 keys. So that's enough. But then we have to resolve a fate and then another slumber. Okay, so one more fate. Vanishing Point. Each dreamer seals 2 cards, or search the slumber deck for the Delta Phase card, then reshuffle the deck. Finally place the Delta Phase at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I mean, we just shuffled. Search the slumber deck for the Delta Phase card, then reshuffle the deck. Finally place the Delta Phase at the bottom of the deck. So it's at the bottom of the deck right now. So let's do that rather than seal 2 cards. Let's put this on the bottom. This goes on the bottom, which it already is. That was kind of a good timing. And then we'll just mix these up. Put the green slumber on the bottom. There you have it. Okay. Cool. And then now we resolve a slumber. What's so creaky? So again, this is if you have 3 place progress cards, so nothing happens, I guess. Put it on the bottom. So the only thing that really matters in the slumber deck is that wraith and the green, the Delta Phase one. So okay, next one, rail station. Next one, another slumber card. You can hear crying again, so nothing happens. Don't have any placed cards. Oof. I just had shoulder surgery, by the way. I'm going on a month now, so I'm out of my sling, but my my movement is pretty limited. So if you see me groaning as I'm reaching for something, that's why. Okay, store. We have 1 ether left, so let's go ahead and do shopping again. And I believe that these shopping cards get restored fairly often. So let's spend another shopping. Let's do 3 more influence cards. 3. Okay, we have Compassion, Insidious Trap, and Insidious Trap again. So let's see. Both of them are just 1. So 2 green or 2 yellow. When all other dreamers in the dream slumber suffer distress, you may choose to suffer any amount of that instead. If the turn suit is heart, ignore the distress. Okay, that might be a good one. Gain 6 red intent or 6 assault if you're performing an assault action against an entity standing in a character spawn. Okay. Let's do Compassion. I think that's more fitting for the free spirit. So we're going to spend our last ether, and then these go on the bottom. Oops. Of our influence deck. So cool. We've purchased 3 cards so far. So our deck total's at 25. I'll have to look up and see what the ideal deck size is. I don't know. Oh, and I think these go into the discard pile starting out. So okay. All right, resolved shopping. So now we're here. So I believe that at this point, we then do Not Alone in the Dark. Nothing bad ever happens in a closed market at night, right? Hint, in this dream you'll find new ways of cooperation along with many useful items. District Suburbia, enter with 2 keys, setup. Now each dreamer may cure 2 harm or whatever, or unseal their top 2 cards. Okay. Take all the Ep02 secret cards and tiles, reveal both setup tiles, place tile Z face down on C1. So a bunch of setups. So let me do that. So the turn deck is 12, and then we read secret 890. So I think this is 12 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 cards. So we're going to shuffle these up. All right, there we go. Okay, and then I think we clear all this off. Everything goes back in the Fate deck, and then back on the Dreamscape tiles. So let me do that, and then I'll set up the new one as per the directions, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I've got everything set up. So we're supposed to put tile Z face down here. These two gets flipped over and placed. We reveal these 2 cards, and then we're supposed to read 890. But let's read these cards real quick. Place this card on the entity slot. This card is active until the dream ends. Something in the dark. Okay, so everything happens at the end of the turn like an entity. So if it's a morphing, each dreamer places one. It's like an eyeball token on one adjacent space, max 1 per space. Each dreamer in the space with an eyeball seals 2 cards. Each dreamer in range 1 from any eyeball suffers 1 distress. Then each dreamer in a dark space places 1 eyeball in their space, max 1 per space. So. Okay, so it's going to fill up, looks like, real quick with these eyeballs in the dark, I guess. So then we can search the dark. This card is active until this dream ends. Search in the dark. 2 yellow or 2 green resolve the magnifying glass script in your space. So there we have it. So we still have our calm mask. At any time, you may discard any number of cards from your hand and gain 1 green intent for each discard. Okay, we still have our 3 cards in our hand as well. We have our 3 items, so we're discarding our 2 keys, and then also it said to prepare these items. So evidently there's 4 items available to us in this, so it might be useful to do a lot of searching. It looks like we're in like a mall or something. Like there's like an exit slot. Don't step on glass. Watch closely, there's more than you think. Okay. It's closed market. I wonder what's in the chest. Where's the chest? Oh, that? Okay. What are those shapes in the dark? Okay, then that looks like there's like some like weird mannequin dolls. Watch out, we don't know what hides in this hole. Okay, well, I guess there's nothing to do but start. So let's read the secret. 890. A week has gone by since we passed through the rift. Nights last much longer than days here. The thick fog obscures everything. The city is huge, like an endless maze. Nothing here is ordinary. We stay in bizarre hotels. Nobody asks for payment. That's a plus. The second is that we don't have to sleep at all, so we don't waste time on it. There's probably no hunger here either. On the other hand, there are some issues. Sometimes our legs refuse to obey as if we were made of rubber, or we lose our voice, or our things vanish into thin air. Boy, don't you hate those dreams. the wobbly legs one I get a lot. We leave a room, and when we come back, it's different. Additional doors appear, and we see new buildings outside the window. People we meet sometimes change into someone else within a blink of an eye. What's even more strange, they occasionally transform into someone we have always known but don't remember who exactly they are. It's like a powerful deja vu. A double-decker taxi stops next to the old closed market with a sign, everything but nothing for free. We are here, so that means we are implementing the find someone who can know what's going on option. The certain someone disappeared a few days ago in this place. When they were purchasing the goods they traded, the taxi driver thanks us and drives away without charge. We wonder why the driver spends days chauffeuring lost souls around. Another loser. That was a few hours ago. Now we are inside and looking around, trying to pick out any detail from the impenetrable darkness. Whenever you run out of block tokens during this dream and you have to place one, take the block token from the furthest dark space from your dreamer. Okay. All right, so that's the beginning. So we draw 4 cards. we have 3 cards in our hand. So we get Slap, Effort, and Pathfinder. Okay, so we can spend 2. So diagonally so far isn't gonna hurt us. So I wonder if we should let's just start by looking at this one here. Don't step on glass. Okay. I wonder too, like, so I'm gonna pull this up. There's this weird, like, heart symbol on this tile that's not flipped over. And there's also, I wonder, no, all of them are the same. I was like, there's a table and chairs right here that's right there, and I see that there's like a little light thing. So I wonder if there's clues as to what we're looking at. But let's do 116. So let's discard Pathfinder, and then let's read Secret 116. This is such a cool game, mainly because I don't know very much about it, so all of it's just a huge mystery. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, any of these secrets could be really good or really bad. Ugh, the stench. Damn, there's so much garbage here. Disgusting. If this is a dark space, seal 2 cards. Okay. So let's do that. So we just take any 2 from the top and seal them. I wonder what the neon sun was supposed to symbolize. Never mind. When our sight adapts to the shadows, we're able to discern some details. If we look closely, we may spot danger before it can harm us, or maybe we find a hidden chest unscathed by anyone's greedy hand. Okay. So we're in a dark space, which is bad. So I wonder, like, I know that some of these cards have World Shaper, which would do a sun thing. I wonder if that will help us. If we're in the light, maybe something will help us. Okay, so if we look closely, yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't know, like, what to look for. Like, I see a shiny bit here. I see the chest here. So maybe that would be a good place to look. But there's these mannequins that maybe they're bad. So maybe we should go up here. There's no mannequins in this space. Let's try that. So we're gonna move. So we're gonna use. Let's use effort plus the luck die. That'll give us 2. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, an X. I believe that's worse than just nothing happens. Let me look. Okay, so X. You fail to perform this action. You don't reclaim discarded influence cards used to pay for this action. Additionally, discard 1 ether or suffer 1 distress or seal 3 cards. Ooh, bad. We don't have any rerolls on that, so we're just going to suffer distress. Okay, that was a bad idea. I'll admit. So let's use hesitation. Let's move 1. Oh, we can do. Let's do this. We can move 1. Boy, I didn't think about this at all. I was thinking about yellow only, and I wasn't thinking about green. I could have used both of my yellow cards and then done 2 slaps, and we would have made it. Shoot. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do something. Let's just try something. Let's spend World Shaper, and we're gonna add a sun token here. Okay, and then we're gonna use both of our slaps to reveal 563. I'm just curious if being in the light will help us. We see strange figures lurking in shadows. One of them moves. We see eyes like 2 black holes. We feel its gaze. If this is a dark space, place 1 eyeball. but it's not. So, okay, so that's good. Do you know the feeling of a weird fear creeping up on your spine when clothes tossed on a chair turn into an apparition in the night? It's more than a simple illusion, trust me. Darkness is like the edge between two worlds, the one you want to be in and the other you avoid at all costs. But only a single ray of light turns everything back to normal. Reveal card F. Reveal card F. So that's here, I guess. Card F. I love this mystery thing. I think it's so cool. Okay, this card is active until this dream ends. Fortunately, they're just mannequins. While this card is active, any eyeballs in a space that is not dark is immediately discarded. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, and then let me look at World Changer again because I'm not sure how long that light lasts. Okay, place this personal token in any space in the dreamscape. Oh, it's supposed to be my personal token. That's okay. Until the end of this turn, treat this token as one of the icons below. Okay, so the end of the turn is when it happens, when it goes back. Okay, so now we resolve the turn card, which is going to be basic effect. Let me do this here. Yeah, it's not going to matter. So basic effect. Each dreamer in a space with eyes seals 2 cards. Okay, so we don't have any eyeballs right now. So then we roll. So nothing. And special effect. Each dreamer in range 1 of any eyes suffers 1 distress. So we don't have any eyes. Okay, so I'm guessing when we do searches, it'll spawn eyeballs. Oh, and then the morphing places 1. Okay. All right, so that's not bad. So we discard that one. It's the next turn. We draw 4. We get hurry, hurry. So many possibilities. Another hurry, hurry. And shining. Okay. So let's discard shining. Let's move here. Oh, this goes away now. We don't have any way of adding light to anything. Oh, we could have used our little helpers to re-roll any die roll. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to resolve 267 by using... Let's use our hurry, hurry card. Okay. So now we find 267. There's no way of adding light, so probably something bad's going to happen. There's just so many things to look at, and I got the FOMO, you know, so I'm a little scared. Like, I'm like, what if I skip this and it's bad? It's good. This table is just right to play something, but not in this dirt. Oh, and here's something glitters nicely in the dark. Gain 1 blue gem. Oh, okay. Okay, so we want to look for these little stars, things. Maybe that means blue gem every time. Take another step and, oh, some glass shards. If this is a dark space, spend 2 red intent or suffer 1 distress. Ugh. So we'd have to get rid of both hurry, hurry, and so many possibilities. Is it going to be worth it? Don't forget that each of us has a hidden inner light. A strange thought appears in your minds. Okay, so I'm wondering what is going to be better. Let's just let's discard these 2 cards. So we're getting rid of hurry, hurry, and so many possibilities. So we kind of beat the thing back that's going to attack us, I guess. Oh, some glass shards is what we stepped on. Okay. Well, that sucks. So that's, I guess, the end of our turn because we have no cards left. I mean, what did we have? Yeah, I mean, we could have moved and done another search. Let's do this. Let's take it back. Let's take a distress. We're at 2 distress. We still have our 2 cards in our hands. We're going to discard so many possibilities to move here now. And then we still have no way of adding light, so we are just going to use hurry hurry for our 2 yellow intent, and we're going to reveal 616. We saw this box from afar. It's as pristine as a freshly unearthed sarcophagus. Let's see its contents. Look at the pool of items, card B, and gain one of them. Then place a block token on this map action. Something, or what's worse, someone is right next to it. We saw a movement. The ghostly figure is slowly approaching with a crooked step. If this is a dark space, place 1 eyeball in this space. Max 1 per space. Okay. Alright, so we place an eyeball in this space. Okay. And then we can look through the items and pick one. That's what 616. Look at the pool of items and gain one of them so we can look at them. So, alright, so we have common hammer, flashlight. Oh. Ooh. The key to everything. Discard this item to gain 1 key, or return this item to the item market to gain 3 keys. Oh, that would be super nice. Ooh. So the hammer, I kind of browse over that. Roll the luck die. Oh, we can add more harm or whatever, red intent to something. Or warehouse. Spend 5 green, roll the luck die, return 1 random item from the storage to the item market, discard this item, or restore 1 item. Okay, so I think common hammer and warehouse are out for now. So we want either flashlight or the key to everything. Let's do flashlight. I think flashlight's going to be helpful for us now. Once per turn. So what's going to happen? So we're going to do a movement, which is nothing, a basic effect. We're going to seal 2 cards, and then we're going to morphing. Each dreamer places 1 eyeball in an adjacent space. We can either place it there, or there, or there. So if we turned on the flashlight right now, this card is active until the dream ends. Fortunately, there's just mannequins. While this card is active, any eyes in a space that is not darkness is immediately discarded. So we would discard this guy, which would prevent us from sealing 2 cards. So let's try it. So we can do this once per turn. We roll the luck die. Just not an X. Okay. So that means that nothing happens. So we put in the space here. It's active until the end of this turn. So this guy gets removed. Okay, so flashlight. Oh, and we gain the flashlight, but I think we have to discard 1. So let's discard. Let's discard spring perfume. So that goes back into our storage, and then flashlight is now in play. Okay. Alright, so now we do our turn card. So we do movement, which there's no movement. Basic effect, which is going to be each dreamer in a space with an eyeball seals 2 cards. And then we do morphing. Each dreamer in range 1 from any eyeball. Oh no, wait. Each dreamer places 1 eye on an adjacent space. Let's put it back here. Okay. Alright, so that's the end of the turn. Okay, this gets put away because it's the end of the turn. Okay, now we draw 4 cards. So we get hesitation, optimization, spirit, or so many possibilities. Okay. So there's got to be clues. Like where do we go to reveal more tiles? That's my question. I don't see any doorways here. There's a hole, so maybe the hole goes to another tile. Or this, and it looks like maybe it's like a ramp. Oh, escalator. Okay, an escalator maybe. I think the escalator is going to be our best bet. So there's no like shiny things or cases in these two. Ugh, like I'm having major FOMO here. Like I don't want to miss something, but it feels like these are bad. I really don't know. So what do we got? So let's seal spirit. I'm feeling the escalator. So let's go 1, 2, and then let's seal, or let's discard. So we're not sealing spirit. We're discarding spirit, and then we're going to use optimization for 2 green, and then we read 286. Please let it not be something bad. We swerve between piles of fetid trash. Don't touch anything, we all pray in our minds. If this is a dark space, resolve all 3 effects. Great. Oh, the stench. There's so much rubbish here. Disgusting. Seal 2 cards. Oh, no, wait. Oh, so sorry. Wait. We can use flashlight. Let's use flashlight first. That was a problem, but I should have done this. Okay, so there's a light token in here. Okay. I'm sorry. That was a little cheater of me, but I should have remembered flashlight. I can use it once per turn. This would have been a good idea to do. Give it to me as a learning process. Okay. If this is a dark space, which is not now, resolve all 3 effects. So we would seal 2 cards. Broken glass, we'd spend 2 red intent or suffer 1. Why can't I ever remember it? I want to call it harm, distress. And clawed paws emerge from the darkness, reaching towards us. Place 1 black eye in this place, okay? Then we notice something else. It seems we found an escalator leading down. The stairs must have moved once, but now they are still. We hear howling from below. That's great. Reveal both X tiles. Reveal C. Okay, hold on. Okay, reveal both X tiles. Okay, there's 2 X tiles. I have a feeling we're going to be doing something over here, so let's move. So I think eventually maybe we have to get down to this bottom card. Okay, here we go. So B4 is here. A4 is here. Okay. Reveal card C. Okay. B3. Oh my gosh. Cool. So we spend 3 movement to relocate your dreamer to any stair space. Okay, so we can relocate here. When we move over to these tiles, I'll relocate the close-up camera to that. Okay. Cool. The unmoving staircase. Okay, and then if you're not playing alone, take card G, but read its content in secret from other players. Aww. Oh man, we're missing out on content because we're playing alone. Sad face. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to look at it. Like I don't want to spoil it by going through everything. Like I want to just play it as I go. If I don't do something, I'm not going to read the secret. That's how I'm going to play it. So, okay. All right, so now we have 2 cards left. We need 3 yellow. Relocate your dreamer. So let's use the luck die. So we're gonna get rid of. I can seal a card and get 3. Let's do that. Let's use hesitation. Seal this card and gain 3 yellow intent. So this is sealed, and we relocate the dreamer to A4. Okay, now the camera is right in my business, and this is what I wanted to avoid when playing, but it's actually not too bad right now. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to ruin my experience playing by by getting so many technology and cameras in the way that it gets annoying. But it's not too bad. I think I can work around it. Okay, so here we are. Let's so we can relocate back here. Okay, there's a glowing piece. This is green leaf, and then at the beginning, the exit was this like that bright yellow. So we've gotten yellow and green, and then the Z tile has the red icon, the red heart. So we've gotten yellow, green, and red. So maybe there's something with the colors. Why is there so much shattered glass? Okay, there's another shiny piece here. There's like a bright glow there. There's another chest here. Oh, there's another chest here. Okay, so do we need... Oh, so once per turn, so we can't use the flashlight anymore this round. So let's do this. Let's just end the round here. I think that's a good idea. So our sunlight goes away. So now we're going to resolve this. So we move, there's no movement. We do a basic effect. Each streamer in this space with an eyeball steals 2 cards. Same, and then nothing. So that's resolved. Now, okay. All right, so that next round, so we draw 4 more cards. We get flashback, inner light, so many possibilities, and thoughtful moment. Okay, so what do we want to do? We've got 3 movements, so 3 yellow intent and a ton of green intent. Is there any special effects on the bottom of these cards? Ooh, so we can use inner light. Oh, okay. Well, this is what that one card was talking about, the inner light. So we have 3 movement. So this one is probably another blue gem. Oh, there's another case there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Do we have 3 item cards left? Ooh, so each one of these might be an item card. So we definitely want to search one of those because I really want that key one. Okay, so let's use 2. Let's use so many possibilities, and the other so many possibilities to move 2. 1, 2. Let's roll our flashlight. Okay, it's good. So we put the sun marker here. Okay, and then we resolve. We can spend thoughtful moment, and we'll resolve 252. It seems to me that nobody has ever looked into this box. Look at the pool of items, yes, and gain one of them, then place a block token on the map action. When we're rummaging through the box, we feel a presence behind our backs. If this is a dark space, nope, place an eyeball in this space, okay? When we close the box, we spot a human shape under the pile of dirty rags. Help me, I beg you, the shape whispers, pull me out. We inspect the cloth heap. An emaciated and filthy person is trapped underneath. It doesn't look safe. Do you want to release this creature? If you want to risk secret 591. Okay, well, before we comprehend what to do here, let's so we have warehouse, common hammer, or the key to everything. So let's get key to everything. We're gonna discard. You know what we should have done is just discarded this by using 2 green intent. So we could use this real quick before we get the key to everything. So we can spend 4 green intent to reshuffle our deck because we only have 2 cards left in our influence deck, so we're gonna have to take another distress So let's discard inner light and flashback. So that's 3. Let's roll the luck die. Oh no. What was the X again? You fail to perform this action. You don't reclaim discarded influence cards used to pay for this action. Additionally, discard 1 ether or suffer 1 distress. We're going to suffer a distress. No. That's exactly... It's not what I wanted to do. So we didn't have enough to purchase this. So then we're just going to discard this, I guess. Or we can spend 2 items. Let's do this. We'll spend this item for the 4 green intent to do this, which allows us to shuffle our deck without any penalties. Oh my gosh, that was very expensive. But now we have the key to everything and flashlight, and we get to reshuffle our deck here. Okay. Perfect. All right. So, great. Perfect. We have no cards left, so that's the end of the turn. We do special effect. Each dreamer in range 1 of any eyeball. We do basic effect. Each dreamer in a space with an eyeball, and then we move. So we discard this turn. It's the next turn. Draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This goes away. We have flashback, spirit, so many possibilities, and 1 with shadows. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot. Hold on. So before we do any of that, before I draw those 4 cards, we gotta resolve 252, which I completely forgot about, probably for a good reason. So are we gonna help this person that says, "Please, I beg you, pull me out"? The FOMO's getting to me. Like, I've skipped so many stuff. We gotta look. So 591. Please be something good. We reach out to the creature and feel its nasty freezing touch. Oh great. Pulling it out takes much effort, but eventually the hideous human crawls out the heap and limps towards the door. It turns towards us. Thank you. I won't be greedy anymore. Never. Then it dissolves in the darkness. We sit on chairs and take a short break. Add 1 turn. Oh, cool. So we add a turn. So I believe what happens is we, I think we just take the top card and add it to the bottom. I'm not sure, but we'll go with that for now. Nice. Okay. Now we draw our 4 cards. So flashback, spirit, so many possibilities, and 1 with shadows. Okay. So the 2 items remaining are warehouse, where we can get... we can restore an item, or the common hammer. I mean, the hammer is good, but we're not really doing like a fighter build per se. So we could use 1 more item, like that warehouse would be nice to have. I also want to look at this. There's something about that. There's some like brightness or something. It's hard to tell. So let's use so many possibilities to move 1. And then we're going to use spirit then to investigate. So 18 is the secret. An old lamp stands on the desk like an old soldier guarding the perimeter. We imagine how this place looked in the past. Did we see a lamp? Looks like a vending machine. Oh, there's a lamp there. Oh. Okay. The interior is clean and well lit. Large tomes heap up on the desk. A man as sad as the lamp bends over a book. Not enough for rent, not enough for new commodities, he murmurs. Too much competition, and customers still want something different, new, something I don't have. Instead of taking what is permanent and valuable, they prefer what is temporary and unnecessary. We probably won't survive the next month. And he was right. The vision vanishes, and we are again in the dusty darkness. Gain card H. You can always find something in the darkness wisdom card. Something crackles in the dark. If this is a dark space, okay, like I did not roll for flashlight, and I should have, so I'm gonna do this. If this is a dark space, place one eyeball in this space. Yep, I mean, I should have known. I should have known. Okay, so then we get card H. Okay, it's a wisdom card. Okay. You can always find something in the dark. When you're in a dark space and you make it light, you may roll the luck die. An X suffer one distress, gain one shiny gem, or restore one item. Oh, cool. That's cool. Okay, so that gets added to our wisdom. So when I'm in a dark space, I can do this. Cool. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, man, I forgot another rule. The last time I rolled this X, I had a blue gem. I could have re-rolled. Oh. Shoot. Well, it's too late for that. Okay. All right, so we got 2 cards left. Flashback and one with shadow. So what it's going to do is it's going to... Each dreamer in a space with an eyeball seals 2 cards. We want to get out of there. And then what's the way out? Okay, maybe that. There's a doorway here too, it looks like. Maybe down this hallway, but I would think that it would go that way. So maybe not. All right, well, let's use one with shadows. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go here or here or here? Both of them have the chests. Let's go. This one looks less dark. Let's go here. And then we're gonna use flashback and roll the luck die. 3. Okay? So that gives us our 2 green, so we can search 850. I'm not sure how good I have to be with the cards, so I'm really nervous about running out of turns, running out of cards, running out of distress. Like I'm trying to optimize as much as possible. I don't know enough about this game to know if it's like Gloomhaven, where every single scenario you're running down to your last cards and it feels really tight, or if it's a little bit more casual. So I'm not exactly sure how to play at this point, so I'm trying to play it as optimized as possible. Oh shoot, wait, before I do anything, flashlight kicks on. I remembered this time, guys. 850. We haven't searched this box yet. It looks interesting. Look at the pool of items and gain one of them, and then place the block token. Oh, I forgot to place the block tokens on those other cards. So this one gets blocked, and this one gets blocked, right? Okay. We'll do it that way. Okay. All right, so we can pick up from our pool. We're going to do the warehouse. And that gets placed right away in our deck. While we kneel bent over the box, something moves in the gap of the fractured floor. I could swear that something long, twisted hands emerge from the hole. If this is a darkness place one eyeball in this space. Okay. Okay. All right, great. So nothing happens. So this is the end of the turn now. So this goes back away. So now we resolve the something in the dark. So we're going to do movement, basic effect. Each dreamer in a space with an eyeball seals 2 cards, so nothing. And then we're going to morphing. Each dreamer in one. Each dreamer places 1 eyeball in an adjacent space. Okay, so we're going to do this eyeball right here. Okay, it's the end of the turn. Okay, so we draw 4 cards. Pathfinder, Hurry Hurry, Help, and Shining. Okay. So the last item is the Common Hammer. Like, we just don't do assault actions very much, so I'm not sure if it's worth it. Maybe maybe there'll be more chests. It looks like we have a long way to go. Okay, let's discard Shining. Let's move here. I've made my decision. And then we're going to use Help to investigate 772. The room ends here. A torso emerges from the darkness. Oh. I caught it before reading ahead. Flashlight. I'm going to use my blue gem. Oh no! Discard this item. Oh no, the flashlight battery died. We lost our blue gem. And whatever is about ready to happen is going to happen. The torso emerges from the darkness, reaching for us with its gnarled arms. If this is a dark space, place 1 eye in this space. Okay. There's like an entity spawn token there too. That's kind of scary. There's a door here. Reveal card D and tile Y. Card D, tile Y. And it says tile Y is weird. So card D. That's this one here. Okay. So this goes. So it goes like right here. Okay, and then tile Y. Oh, we only have 1 tile left. How are we going to get... I guess maybe it's jumps. Ooh, this is interesting. Let's go C3. Ooh, this is cool. Okay, after hours of aimless wandering, relocate your dreamer to the C3 spawn space. So we go here. Ooh. There's red door, yellow door, blue door, green pipe, wooden door, or there's like check the window. Oh, okay. Wait. So red door, red heart, yellow door, exit. Green pipe would maybe return us here. So what's this one? The blue door and the wooden door. Oh man. Okay, well that's it for now. Interesting. Very interesting. So now what do we do? So we don't have enough. Oh, this is one of our new... The help was our new influence card. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so we need 4 green intent. Ooh, man, I'm worried. So what is the So the turn is going to be each dreamer in a space with an eyeball seals 2 cards. Special effect, each dreamer within range 1 will suffer a distress. And then we add another eyeball to here. And there's not really any way to get out of it, because if we moved up here, we'd get really hurt. So I think we're just going to have to use Hurry Hurry. Okay, wait, hold on. Seal this card and discard any active item to restore 1 chosen item. So what we could do, so if we seal this card, let's think about it first. If we seal that card, we could discard. I really want to keep the key to everything. We could restore 1 item with warehouse. Oh, we need 5 green though. Okay, so then if we discard warehouse, I think there's an item in here that has 4 green. Yeah, strategic plan. Let's do that. Okay, I've got it done. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to discard warehouse to get strategic plan. I'm going to steal Hurry Hurry to do that. Then I'm going to use the Pathfinder card to move here. And then, oh, I can do this within range 1, so I can keep Spirit. Because the green one we can do within range 1. Then I'm going to discard Strategic Plan for 4 green intent. And then we can relocate the Dreamer to here. Okay. So now what is our special rule about... This card is active until the dream ends. Fortunately, they're just mannequins. While this card is active, any eyes in a space that is not darkness is immediately discarded. There's no dark spaces, so no eyes spawn in here. So that's good. Good, good, good. Let me relocate the camera. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of our turn. Nothing happens because we're not in any range of anything. Nothing spawns. How many turns do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turns. So we still have quite a few turns left. It feels like we're getting close because there's only one more tile to reveal. Okay, so here's the thing. So it's the next turn now. So we're going to draw 4 cards. Compassion, so many possibilities, Inner Light, and Effort. Okay. So what do we got going on here? So I'm pretty sure I'm right. I have a feeling that the red door is going to take us to this tile Z, which I think is going to be our goal. The yellow door is going to take us back to here, which we don't want right now. The green one is going to take us back here, which we don't want right now. So do we want to risk it with the blue door, the wooden door, and the window? So what do we have? So we can get rid of Inner Light and Effort. Let's do it. Okay, let's just do it. So Inner Light and Effort is discarded. We're going to read 390. I'm curious. I've got real bad FOMO. Through the dirty glass, we see a small dining room. A large table bears a variety of food, and several feasters sit around it. We can't see any doors. How did they enter this place, and how do they intend to leave? Through this small window? One of the guests spots us and winks with a smile. Gain card 241B. That's not anything here. The right mood note card 241B. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. You may use this note card only during the how to satisfy the unquenchable hunger dream. What? The right mood. I've seen something like this before. Each dreamer may unseal 6 cards. Remove this card from the game afterwards. Oh my gosh. The right mood. How to satisfy the unquenchable hunger dream. So I guess this just gets added to our storage pile. Goodness. Okay. Okay, well that was worth it. So just thinking of what to do. So I can move 2, I can move 1, and then do 1, 1. So if I moved here, I wouldn't be able to do the wooden door because I don't have enough intent. Let's try the blue door because we have enough stuff for it right now. So let's use the Pathfinder card to move here. And then we'll use so many possibilities for the red and compassion for the green. And let's read 499. A blue door, another vibrant color. What do these colors mean? We open it and go inside. It's strange, as the room on the other side is identical. And we are in the same labyrinth of corridors and doors, and there's a blue door behind our backs. Okay. Add card I to the Fate deck. Card I to the Fate deck. Card I. Card I. Okay. Can we look at it? It just says added to the Fate deck. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So let's just add it to the Fate deck. I'm just going to add it to the bottom. I'll sleeve it in a minute. Okay. Well, that was something, I guess. Are we tempting fate by trying for the wooden door? So let's resolve. Current steps. Nothing happens because we're in a light room. So we draw 4 more cards. So many possibilities. Slap, slap, and hurry, hurry. Okay, so we just need 1 red to go do the red hatch. I don't have enough cards to do both the wooden door and the red one. Dang it. So if we used hurry, hurry, we can move here. And if we used so many possibilities and slap, we could look at the wooden door. Then we couldn't move back. Dang it. We're gonna get bit. We're gonna get bit. I have a feeling if we keep doing this, we're gonna end up getting bit somewhere. I mean, all of those could be good though. Okay, I'm just gonna go through the red door. Well, so many possibilities. 460. We open the red trapdoor. There's some kind of room below. It looks like a warehouse. We spot a figure sitting in a corner, and we know that we reached our destination. We jump down, reveal tile Z, and place your dreamer in the spawn space on tile C1. Cool. Okay. The secret storage. I'm going to place them here. Okay, we spend 1 movement. We can relocate your dreamer back to here. Steal strongbox. Intriguing boxes. Okay. So let's read the rest of this 460 real quick. Tile Z. And reveal card L. L. Dreammonger. The Dreammonger is here. Someone chained him to a steel closet. Try to free him. Doesn't sound like a savory person. We can use 3 red intent or discard 1 key. You free the Dreammonger. Discard block from the Dreammonger. From now on, the Dreammonger may move, relocate for free with any dreamer if they are in the same space. When the Dreammonger is in the exit space, add on tile A1, secret 200. Okay. Okay, so let's read the rest of 460. It's the Dreammonger. Okay. And spawn the masked man token in the only space without any action on C1 tile. So the masked man. Okay, then I think we put a block token on him, I guess. Oh, because he's chained down. Okay. Block token next to him. Okay, he's chained to the wall. It's the Dreammonger, chained to a wall. Okay. Boy, I really want to see what's in that purple, what's in that red heart chest. Oh, man. Okay. So, the key to everything. Discard this item to gain 1 key, or return this item to the item market to gain 3 keys. Let's discard it, because I'm really curious. So we're going to gain a key. Then we're going to use Hurry Hurry to move here. And then we're going to use that key to unlock 506. This curiosity is going to get the best of me. I've got too much Kingdom Death in my veins. I'm just really paranoid about it. Incredible. What a shame we can't take the Strongbox with us, but it was still worth opening it. Each dreamer gains 1 ether. Okay, cool. Uh, 506. Was that worth it, though? Remember, whenever you run out of block tokens during this dream, and you have to place 1, take 1 block token from the furthest dark space in your dreamer. So I guess this is a block. Oh yeah, it's right there, so. Can't do that again. Okay. So we can spend 3. Spend 3 assault, 3 red intent to release the Dreammonger. But then we have to be in the same space as him for him to follow us. So let's end our turn here. So nothing happens because we're not in a dark space. So another turn, so we draw 4 cards. Smarty, Optimization, Thoughtful Moment, and So Many Possibilities. Okay, so let's use So Many Possibilities. No. Let's use Thoughtful Moment to move 1. Let's use Slap and So Many Possibilities to release the Dreammonger. I'm still not convinced that it's a great thing. Now we want to get him to the exit. So we're going to use Smarty to move 2. Okay. We don't have any yellow left. So we'll end our turn there. Okay, so nothing happens for the turn, the enemy phase. We draw 4 cards. We only have 2, so we have to take another distress. We're at 4 distress. We reshuffle. It is raining like a banshee outside right now. Okay, then we draw 2 more. So we get so many possibilities, inner light, hesitation, and world shaper. So we're going to use hesitation. Nope, no. We're going to use so many possibilities to relocate both of us to here. Then I think all we need to do is we need to get to the yellow door. So let's use hesitation to move here. Okay, and then I think we're out of turns. So let's discard 2 cards. Let's discard optimization and inner light. No, we want to keep inner light. Let's discard slap and optimization. Let's end our turn. So next turn, then we're going to draw 4 more cards. We get so many possibilities, flashback, smarty, and so many possibilities. Okay. So now we go through the yellow door. We can spend 1. Let's spend so many possibilities for that yellow. And then we read 653. And if my theory is right, it's going to transport us to that yellow. But let's read it. Yellow door. Do we really want to go in there? Look at the whole dreamscape and think first where it could possibly lead. What do these colors mean? If you're sure you want to go in, 279. If you don't want to, just don't do it. So 279. We're going. Got the Dreammonger. We're ready to go. And nothing terrible happened. We're in the next room. It's kind of familiar. Wait, this is... Place your dreamer in the exit space on the A1 tile. Boom. I got it. Okay, so here we are. We are now on the A1 tile. And then, when the Dreammonger is in the exit space on tile A1, read Secret 200. So let's read Secret 200. I think we solved it, guys. We still had lots of turns left. Makes me want to go through that wooden door. We made it. We achieved the goal. The Dreammonger is thankful to us. He hosted us for several days in his apartment on the 107th floor of the electric tower. Grateful for the rescue. Thanks to him, we got to know places that are worth visiting and, even when not hungry, taste the unique cuisine. Everything, of course, is at his expense. We also taught us how to drive a coal-operated flying barrel. At least it looked like that at first glance. The scratch on the fender will be a souvenir for us. Of us. But all of this was insignificant. The only important thing was that the Dreammonger appeared to be someone who knows what's going on. When he looked at the window, he spoke to our reflections. You're not from here, but you probably already know that. You're also not the first ones who came from beyond. There were 4 of them, people like you. It was so long ago, my mind can't dig so deep in my vast memory. They were looking for something, and they failed miserably. There was something about this in newspapers. These articles should still be in the Great Library. They achieved one thing, though. They uncovered their memories during their struggles. How? The Dreammonger sighed. Until you learn to see more, your chances are miserable. But did you hear about the basement in the Pandemonium? Victory. Each dreamer gains an ether. Each dreamer cures 2 distress or unseals 2 cards. Let's cure 2 distress. So that puts us down to 2. Okay. Okay. Add tile 237E. Okay, let's look up 237E. All right, 237E. I think we can look at it. It says Dreammonger. Okay. We add that to the slumber deck. We just put it on the bottom. Gain tile W. Oh, so it's a new space on our dream world. Okay, I'll show that later. Gain 239M. The basements are calling Dreamgate tiles. We gain another dream. This is in Pandemonium, which is the new location. And you have to cooperate, help each other in order to survive. It will be honest, this world does not like you yet, and it senses you perfectly. Gain card K, which is another wisdom card. Okay, it's help. If there's more than one dreamer playing, they may help each other. Whenever a dreamer performs an action and spends at least one intent, one other dreamer, only one in this range, may support this action by discarding one influence card with the same intent color and adding one intent, only one, to the supported action. Okay, that's cool if I wasn't playing alone. So maybe I'll add another character here in a little bit. Okay, so that's that. Add 232F. Okay, so this says 232F, but I found the Nightmare Janitor, which is 237F. So I think that's a typo, but I think we add that to the Slumber deck. So another bad guy to face. Add card J, shrinking item, to the Flaws deck. Okay, so that's this one. And we're not going to look at it, we're just going to add it to the Flaws deck. Add all item cards of this dream that you did not gain to the item market. Okay, we have one thing in the item market now. Restore 3 shopping cards, so we only have 2. So we're going to restore those 2. Change the season to ordinary days. Done. Discard the current dreamscape. Okay. Remove from the game all cards and tiles from this dream, except for those already gained by dreamers or added to the game decks, as well as the Dreamgate tile of this dream. Reveal 2 starting slumber map tiles and place the dreamers on the spawn space. You're back to the dream world map. Okay, well, I will clean all this up off camera. The B item goes in our item market, which is great. And then, oh, I shouldn't have looked at that card. I was turning it over, but there's a special roll card. We didn't reveal that though, so we're not going to look at it. Great. Wow, this was a really unique one. There's so many like different cool mechanics to it. I like the eyeballs kind of poking up, like dreams of like eyeballs kind of just showing up in random places. Cool. Well, I think we're going to call it for an episode. And thank you guys so much again for watching. My kids, you can probably hear them in the background. They're waking up from their nap, so it's time to cut it off no matter what. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you next episode.